I told you that I want to quit. You said,
Right.
no, I can't quit. I said, no, I don't care about the money. I want to quit. You said, no. So you pushed me. This is the good part. And then nobody has ever been there for me, even to care to talk to me the day before I write the exams, or even to know how I pass, if I
Yeah.
pass or not. But you were there with us. Nobody has ever done that to me.
Just go ahead and tell me. Go ahead. Just tell me. Tell me that I just want you to say it. I want you to say, my name is Rosa, and I passed my NCLEX on my 5th attempt.
Yes, my name is Rosa, and I passed my NCLEX on the 5th attempt with the help of Mr. Gibson. Even though when I tried to give up after 4 days into the program, he's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, because we don't quit around here ever. You would never quit on your patient, right? We would always do everything that we possibly could to take care of our patient. If you're not going to quit on them, why would you quit on you? You are the most important out of anybody and everything. You always got to take care of you. You are most important, because if you don't take care of you, how in the world can you take care of anybody else? You can't. You trusted the process, and now here you are, LPN to now RN. You are a registered nurse. Now, you got your Pearson VUE freaking results, and you still couldn't even believe it. I'm literally telling you, you are a nurse. You just have to wait for it to post on the board of nursing, but you are very much a nurse. I laughed about that. I was just like, did she really just question me and ask me if this was real? And then you're going to call Pearson VUE. Did you ever call them? Did you really call them?
I dialed the number I thought about, then I didn't call them because you said I shouldn't call them.
It says don't call them?
No, you said I shouldn't call them, but I
there's no need for you to call them, because they're going to literally be like, even if they did pick up the phone, they're going to be like, yeah, it says it right there. This number, your testing number, that's right under there, or the order number, that's right under there. It has it all under there. They don't make mistakes. You didn't do anything faulty. You didn't do anything foul. You didn't try to scam the system where some people are just like, hey, somebody told me if I pay them $1,500 that they can give me my license and I don't have to take the exam. I'm like, oh, no. We don't do that around here. And if they do, that's a scam, and you better walk away, because I'm telling you, there's not a matter of if, but it is when, because they will catch you and you will go to jail. Like, trust and believe. The Board of Nursing, especially like states like in Texas, they post your picture. They tell them what you're accused of, and they say that the Board of Nursing is pressing full charges on you. And when you're caught, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And by all means, let me tell you something. As somebody who has failed the exam 3 times and somebody who has failed it 4 times and passed on the 5th, and I passed on the 4th, best believe I'm not going to go through any hardships and just let somebody just think they can slide their way into this profession that I worked very hard to be a part of. You know what I mean? Tell me your feeling, like, because I know that you had messaged me the day after, and so tell like, kind of walk me through that.
I was just numb. I didn't. Because when I took my LPN, when I passed, I cried. I cried a lot, because I think I'm someone that has to struggle to pass. I think I passed my LPN. The third or fourth, I think, the 3rd attempt. But when I passed, I was just in bed all day. I was just in bed. I was numb. I didn't know what to do. Thankful, I was pleased, but I don't know. Up to now, I'm just still numb.
Something that happened to me, and maybe this is what happened. You studied for so long for this exam. All for the past however long, year, 2, 3 years that you've been, preparing for this exam, that's all you know. And then now, boom, you finally have accomplished that goal. And then for me, it was very short-lived. I was just like, I passed. And I was like, oh my goodness. I walked around, I was like, oh, such a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And then I'm like, that's literally how I felt. Because everything I said that I wanted to accomplish, I finally accomplished. And now I have onto other things. And so it was very short-lived for me, and now I had a whole list of things that I needed to go accomplish. And so for you, this is just a very intricate step that you needed to achieve in order for you to get to that next goal of getting to that advanced practice aspect of nursing, of what you wanted to do. Because I'm not going to say that it's going to be easier getting to that nurse practitioner, midwife. Understanding how this process went, you'll be able to take the exact same process, recreate it when it's time for you to accomplish that goal. But I can tell you right now, just like how I was just like, I'm not trying to go to school. I'm not trying to take no test. I just want to relax for a little bit.
Yes.
So I 100% understand that. And did you just post into the community?
I just posted, and then you said it, I forgot to say it's my 5th attempt. I didn't put that.
You can go in there and edit it. You can edit it. Yeah.
I only post before I meet you.
Yeah. You can go in. I saw it pop up as I was walking in here, so I didn't read it. I just like, did she just post something in there? I was like, okay, good. And so you definitely can go in there and you can edit that post. It's going to be wonderful when people see it. I would like for you to give me your opinion on the coaching. Like, we'll start from the beginning. Like, what do you think? Give me your opinion. And by opinion, like, I want your honest feedback. Like, everything from how when we very first had a call to when you told me you were going to quit to text messages to our actual live sessions, breaking down questions, breaking down and understanding content, where to find content. Did the content help? All the way, the motivation. I told you I was going to send you some motivation the day before, right?
You did.
Right. And so my biggest thing is to keep you in that realm of positivity. So in your opinion, like I want your true honest feedback of how the coaching and mentoring was for you. And then of course at the end, would you ever recommend it?
Okay. Do you want me to start with the bad or the good?
It doesn't matter to me because it's going to come regardless. You can start with the bad. Fine.
Okay, I'm going to start with the bad because that was when I started, when I wanted to, with all due respect, you are my coach. So when I registered, the course is very expensive. I knew I've spent a lot of money. I'm like, this is an investment. And I went ahead and I registered for the program. I didn't know what to do. You coached me before the program started, which was very good. But then the material was just a lot. So I didn't know what to do and where to start, even though you taught me what to do. So I went to, I bought the outro.
Okay.
So now I was like, now my down part was, why am I being recorded?
Are you being recorded?
Yeah.
For this session? Yes. But no one sees this. This is all ours.
Okay, good.
Every session gets recorded, but it's just for you and I. No one sees this. And it is, this is for feedback for me.
So the reason I wanted to quit was, first question was, why do I have to pay it's like $1,000 and then I'm doing Ultra? I should have just bought Ultra instead of paying this amount of money. And most of the questions are from Ultra. And then I thought maybe I'll have more sessions with you instead of once a week. So, and then I didn't know how to navigate your program. And then when I text you, you said we talked about this yesterday or the other day. So you made me feel like I don't know anything. You made me feel like I don't know anything. Yeah, and that was why I went cold for a while. And then you come back to me. I told you that I want to quit. You said no,
Right.
I can't quit. I said no, I don't care about the money. I want to quit. You said no. So you pushed me. This is a good part. My only bad part was that I paid that amount of money, but I was doing Ultra. That's the only bad thing about it. Then after that, you pushed me. You were there for me. I can call you. I can text you. And then the Monday sessions, I missed some of them. But when I realized how important it was, I was looking forward to it.
What sessions? Are you talking about the ones that I do inside of the community?
Wednesdays and Mondays or Thursdays. Those ones were very good. So I was looking forward to those ones. My breaking point too was, this is my fault. I didn't know how to if I make my own schedule, I will not be able to follow it. I pleaded with you and you said you've never done this with anybody. I pleaded with you and finally you said, we don't even have time, but you will do it for me. And you did it for me and I have my schedule. I didn't go anywhere without my schedule. I have it all the time. I have it all the time. And without this schedule, I would not have been able to do anything. So you helped me a lot. During the course, I forgot about the money. I didn't even care about it. You taught me one thing that I didn't know. I've told you this before and I'm still going to say it again. Before I was looking to get the Q-Bank questions answered. You taught me that it is not about answering questions. I have to know the content.
You do, absolutely.
Yes. And what I loved about your content is that even when I answer those questions, I fail those questions. I don't have anybody to explain those questions to me. Come now to your own session. You break down the questions. Why breaking down the questions, Kevin, please, with all due respect? The only thing I didn't like about it was because most of the time you're facing your computer. You're not facing us like you're facing me like this. You're facing your computer.
Do you mean when I'm doing my actual, inside of the community?
No, like the questions and answers.
Oh, you're talking about when I'm doing my questions and answers inside of the review.
Yes, of the review content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm going through any content.
Yes.
So I'm going through and I'm talking about it and I'm reading my script and I'm going through it and stuff like that. Okay? I got you. I was like, wait, what part? Okay, but that makes sense. I got you.
That helped a lot. But the only thing that I didn't really like was because you're not looking at us. You're looking at the other side and we're looking here. But that really helped a lot. You break it down for us more than how Archer would do it.
Right.
So I would not have passed without you. And then your motivation motivation. When you sit once in a while, you just send a motivation, to I'll say your students. And then nobody has ever been there for me, even to care to talk to me the day before I write the exams, or even to know how I pass, if I pass or not. Just as we buy the product, even the people that say they are doing coaching, for example, I'm going to say the name Mo. Mo doesn't care if I take the exam or not, or if I pass or not.
Okay, Mo,
I
that's
said,
right.
Mo,
Because you did buy his stuff. I knew it was somebody, and I couldn't remember if it was you or somebody else that I'm coaching right now. Okay, okay.
yeah, I've used his program. He said coaching, you pay for the coaching, but the day you're writing the exam, nobody follow up if you took the exams or even you passed. But you were there with us. I feel as if you were getting anxious for me. I don't know, but that's
Oh,
how I feel.
let me tell you.
And when I was writing my exam, I was like, I think Kevin is thinking about me right now.
Yeah, I was. I talked about you a lot that day.
Kevin is being like, don't spend a lot of time on these questions. If I spend a lot of time on the questions, a long time, I could hear you talking to me the whole program. Even when I finished, you text me. Even on Monday, you text me.
I'm like, hey, so what we're looking at.
Nobody's ever done that to me. I even got my results to you than my husband or my family. You were the next person that I called after I left.
Because I messaged you and I was just like, man, what time did she say she was taking it? I could have swore she said she was taking it in the morning. And I'm like, man, it's like 12 or 1. I was like, where is she? And you were just like, I just got finished. And I'm like, I had 5 seconds or 5 minutes left. I'm like, what? And so in my mind, I was telling my wife and I was telling her and I was just like, Rose is taking her test today. And she's just like, oh, she's like, how do you feel about it? She would probably I've been coaching for quite some time. I've been a teacher for almost 10 years.
But I'm different, right?
You were different along the way to where I realize where there are things that because there's always room for improvement. And there are things that I've realized within myself that of where I need to improve as a coach. And I've learned that from you. And so while you were taking your exam, I had another individual who was like this as well. She didn't really seem that interested. So when I was asking, that's why I always ask, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you want me to go back over it? Do you want me to break it down a little bit smaller? Do you want me to break it down so we can build it back up? Because I will meet you where you are. And that individual was just like, no, I get it. And I'm just like, oh my, you don't seem like you're a part of this at all. But then she passed. And then she was just like, I couldn't have done this without you. You want to know the reason why I do what I do? I only take a small amount of people. I only take like 5 to 6 people a month at a time. I don't. The difference between that and Mo is that they will take a bunch of people because essentially what it really boils down to is money. I don't personally know Mo, but I have one of my mentors personally knows Mo. This isn't to really mess with his program or anything. I don't know the intricacies of his program, but I do know that you can outgrow your program. And for Mo, he has his program's been around for a couple of years now. There's so many nursing students and there's only one of him. And there's only so many things that you can do. And now from those people that do that, even NCLEX High Yield is kind of the same exact way where they have tutoring. If I bring in tutors or if I bring in coaches, they are 100% going to be vetted by me and they're going to do the exact same thing that I do. And there's not going to be any ifs, ands, or buts about it because we have to realize that people are people and you have to meet people differently. So I'm going to start off with what you said at the beginning with regards to I'm going to start off with the beginning where you said something about Archer and then how I was expensive. And this isn't something that I have to divulge to you by any means, but I'm all about transparency. And I feel like if I'm transparent, you will understand. And if you don't understand, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. And I say that to everybody. And I don't say that in a disrespectful way.
No, I know. No,
but I say that is the reason why we say it's $1,000, right? So it's $1,000 that you paid for, but it's all about time. I do this full time. I do nothing else but coach people and create my program. And that is it, because that is where I believe, and there's no I believing, this is where I know my purpose is because I was in your shoe, 100%. If I have the receipts to prove it, AKA performance breakdowns, right? And I do this full time because I want to invest into the person, because before I met my mentor, nobody did that. Anybody I asked questions to, nobody cared. Nobody cared about what I had going on ever. And then when I got this one, that mentor did the same exact thing that I did for you. It only made sense for me to carry that actual legacy part on, and we see how that grows. So the reason why it's $1,000 is because I know what I'm capable of doing. Because I told you from the beginning, we can get you that license. Did I not?
You did.
We can get you that license. And you're right. You were just told you I can't want it more than you. But man, let me tell you, I want it for you just just as bad as you do. And I'm telling you, that day that you were taking your exam, I was just like, man, I haven't heard from Rose yet. Right? And then the whole time, the whole weekend, I was checking Nursey. Monday, before I even text you, I was texting Nursey. And then I text you and I was like, hey, so what are we doing? And so my wife was sitting right there and she was doing her homework. And I was just like, hey, so should we get those results? And then when you sent them to me, I already knew exactly where to look. And I was just like,
did you know it?
No, I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't know. But when you sent me the screenshot, I knew exactly where to look. I put my phone down and I just started clapping. And she was like, what? Did she pass? And I was just like, yeah, she passed. And then she was just like, nice. Congratulations to her. And she was like, that's the one that wanted to quit, right? And I was just like, she thought she was going to quit. And that's a first for me. I've never heard, no one's ever blatantly told me, Kevin, I don't want to do this, I quit. And I was just like, so I had to think about where I've met other people that wanted in life, or there were people that, and so I had to really dig deep and I had to realize like there's certain people I can be very aggressive with and there's certain I cannot, which is why I had to scale it back and I was just like, Rose, we don't quit around here. You should have never found me. The reason why it's priced at the way it's priced, number one, every person that I touch passes their exam. Every single person. Number two, it's not even about the money. It's about the investment, because it's all a mindset shift. You literally would sit here and just be like, I'm not confident. And I was just like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of you telling me that you're not confident. You literally have proved it step by step that you are confident to do this. You're already a nurse, and you lack the confidence. You lack the continued confidence, ma'am. I don't think so. And so that's where I wanted to reiterate on. Now, back with Archer has the questions. I personally do not have the question. Now, when you paid for my service, you paid for me. It's not about everything else. I could have just told you to buy Archer and not giving you anything. I go to be like, and by not giving you anything, I mean not the ebook, not the course, not the community. I could have just been like, hey, here's a Word document. Here's a folder that we both have access to. Here's my and we'll talk about it. But as I've grown, I've realized these are the things as a coach that I need to provide you. I'd rather give you more than not give you enough. Kind of that old term, I'd rather you have it than not need it, than need it and not have it. The biggest thing that we needed from Archer was their questions and maybe a little bit of their content, because their content is very long, it's very drawn out, it's very just straight to the point. And
they don't say the truth, because they said if you're a repeat test taker, do 25 questions. So I started doing 25 questions and you told me to stop. You just say stop. And I stopped. And it helped.
And the reason being is because becoming a coach, or think about it like this. How many kids do you have?
2 boys.
You have 2 boys. So your oldest son, when you first had him, when you're a new mom, you have no idea what to do.
I didn't know.
And it's trial and error. But then when baby number 2 comes, you're just like, cool, I've already been down this road. So he's going to get it a little bit easier than the first one did. And that's the same exact thing. I have been on this NCLEX journey since 2018. I became a nurse in 2020. We're in 2024. I have essentially been doing NCLEX for the past 6 years. And I understand what it is, what trial and error looks like, because everything that I have taught you, from the mindset shift to doing the questions to setting up the schedule, all that was before it was do 25 questions by somebody else. And then I figured out, why would I ever do that when your exam never does that? Why would I do that? I picked Archer because I like their questions, number one. Number two, it really doesn't burn a crazy hole in your pocket like UWorld does, or like Kaplan or Hearst or any of those other ones. On top of that, you get me. Everybody on TikTok wants my phone number. Everybody. You know how many people message me on TikTok that I don't ever message about? Like my stuff, it literally says 99 plus. I'm like, who in the hell who are these 99 plus people that are trying to talk to me, right? And it's all the same. Hey, I need help. I would love to help. Rose, I coached people for free.
Yeah, it's free. If I look at the time that you put on me and what I paid, it's nothing.
It's nothing. You want to know why? I really want you to think about this. You've taken it 5 times. We'll say it's $300, $200 to Pearson VUE, $100 to the Board of Nursing, right? So you take 5 times, including the one that you just passed. Or we'll just go to the ones that you did before. That's $369. That's $1,200 just on taking the exam, not to include anything else that you bought, such as books or preparation or whatever. You paid me $1,000. We got rid of all of that nonsense.
Yeah.
We got rid of all of it. And I was just like, hey, you right here, focus with me. Do you trust me to get you there? Do you trust the process? Yes and yes. Are you coachable? Yes, yes, and yes. And let's put this work in, because it's work. It's not a joke. It's not meant to be easy. That test is meant to keep people out. It's meant to keep people out, period, because they have the nursing reputation very, very high. For the past 20 plus years, it's the #1 profession in the United States. And there's a reason why people want to be a nurse. And the nursing profession will uphold that. That's why those exams are there, to make sure you're proficient. And if you're not, you can't come to play. You paid $1,000 and you'll never have to profession. And in reality, you paid less.
Oh,
You $1,000, but I know it's normally $1,500.
oh yeah, it was a percentage. That's true.
It was, and I gave you the 30% off because you had already had the course, right? And the course is nothing. Like I think you got it what, $48 or something like that, or $97, like one-time payment.
35, something.
Yeah, you got it you got it super low. And remember, like from 2020 to 2022, I coached people for free. When I tell you I would have 5 or 6 people lined up in a day and nobody showed up, nobody. And then the moment I start charging people, they're just like, oh no, you're too expensive. And I only charged people $400. It was $400 and they got 8 sessions, 8 1-hour sessions plus everything. It's gotten a lot better since then, but it's very personable. It's a very, very personable. And you want to know what else is that you still have my phone number. Best believe at some point later on down the line, you were going to message me and be like, hey, Kevin, or hey, Nurse Kevin, Mr. Kevin, whatever. You're going to be like, hey, I have a question. I'm like, hey, Rose, how are you? What's up? What's your question? I have a dilemma. Okay, cool. What's your dilemma? That is mentorship. So it's like the coaching aspect never goes away. One of the first guys I coached, his name is Jason. I was on the phone with him yesterday for an hour because he was asking me about doing a different job or experience and go get you another job. And he was like, okay, just like that. And then we were talking about some other things. So that's the reason for why it is the way it is because I'm truly invested in you. And this is what I do all the time. I don't have a bedside job. Like I don't do bedside anymore. This is my purpose and this is where I belong. So there's that one. Second thing, you're right. You were never going to quit. I was never going to let you quit. None whatsoever. I was like, you're not going to give me money and then tell me you're going to quit. Absolutely not. Anybody else would have just been like, well, hey, that's how you feel. No. Anybody else would have just been like, well, I guess we don't do that around. And I'm glad I didn't do that. And I'm glad I pushed you to do that because I learned more myself. And I learned a lot about how other people feel about things. And I have to really bring you in. Also, where we go down to the aspect of doing your schedule. I break my coaching sessions down to the whole point of you doing your own schedule with my guidance is to hold you accountable. Some people need that and some people don't. You obviously needed that. That helps me learn more about what people need. But what it also does is, or what I don't want it to be a thing is to where it has people completely rely on me. And why I say that, because I do provide the guidance and I do provide the educational aspect for that. It holds you accountable because it physically makes you write it down. Because what I've seen in the past is I will create a schedule for somebody and they won't follow it, And so just like when I gave you that example, by day 4, you wanted to quit because you didn't understand the schedule. And I was just like, well, did you rewrite the schedule to do it every other day like we spoke? Did we do this? Did we do that? So my frustration was I was like, did she listen to what I said? And the answer to that was, that's where my frustration was. Then I was just like, you know what? I had to think about other coaches that coach me. I would ask them for something that I have difficulty on. And they were like, I don't normally do it. I haven't done it in quite some time, but I'll do it for you. And then they did it for me. And I greatly appreciated that. Now, while it took me some time to do it, I didn't mind doing it for you. It was more along the lines of, I don't want it to be to where you're going to completely rely on me to do things for you because I'm not going to be there all the time for you. That was, but granted, you feel how you feel. I wanted to express that to let you know that, listen, I understand 100% everywhere where you're coming from. There was a method behind the madness. The session, I'm glad that you like the sessions. I'm sorry that you want me to face the camera more, but so here's what happened. A lot of those lectures, my office was set up differently. And so the camera was pointed this way to me. So, in some lectures, you'll see me turn to the camera and I'll talk and I'll be like, blah, but the whole point is to get into a rhythm because I don't want them to be too long. So the whole point is to get into a rhythm. And plus I have a script and I don't want to deviate from that script because if I start deviating from the script as I'm going through the editing process, I start having confusion, like what needs to stay in, what doesn't. But I know if I stick to my script, I'm going to hit all the important tips. And
it wasn't that so long. Yeah.
So, but I did jot that down as in like, look at the camera more and I'll do that. I'm glad that you like the breakdown because just like you said, Archer, they have their content stuff, but they don't break down the questions. Like today, you weren't in there today when I did 10 questions inside of the live community. They loved it. They loved how I broke down the questions.
Oh yeah.
So for the fact, and could I sit there and I talk about it? Why? Because it's mine and I can sit there as long as I want. And I want to talk about it. But the whole point is exactly. And so the whole point is to break those questions down. I don't know anybody else that does that. Kaplan didn't even do that. They did do that, But Archer does not do that. And that's something that I adopted from Kaplan, is to break the question down so you can further understand it. But it forces you to have to go look at the content, forces you, because you have to understand what you're answering. And if you don't, you're going to have a hard time. And then the motivation, that's all I know how to do, because I know what it was like all the time. And that's why every time I check your stuff, I was just like a 64, a 67. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are doing well at? You know what I'm saying? And that whole positive reinforcement, you trusted me, you trusted the process, and now look at you. Now you have your license. That's all I ever want for anybody that comes to me. I don't go to people. You know, I don't go to people and be like, hey, let me coach you. I don't. The people come to me, and I want that to continue to be a thing, because I want people to see that. And so I do appreciate your feedback, because that feedback aspect, it helps me grow, as well as it helps me continue to help others as they are growing and they are on their journey to take their NCLEX. Like I have another young lady taking hers on the 11th, so next week, and then I have another one taking it on the 18th, and then I have another one taking it on the 25th. So you know, like I have no doubt, and they're showing great progress, just like you did. It may be a little bit later, it may be a little bit earlier, but progress is progress, and nobody's progress is the same.
Absolutely.
Right? But yeah, so I do appreciate your feedback. Now, the one last thing that I will ask, because it's and I know that you don't want to do it, but it is very.
You make me feel bad, like I'm a bad person. Like I don't want to
Like
help.
you're about. So it's not necessarily about making. So first of all, I can't make you feel anything. However, I will bring to light the honesty of that. Just like I asked you before, I was like, "How did you find me? Was it TikTok, right?"
No, it was YouTube.
It was YouTube. Okay. So whose testimony was it that you saw?
You mean after I met you?
Either after you met
Oh,
me or before you joined. What videos did you see on YouTube?
the lady, she has a very long video.
Oh, so it was Crystal. She had like a 30-minute testimony. Bless her heart, because Lord have mercy, it took so long for me to edit that down to 9 minutes to put it on TikTok.
Yes,
right?
it's 9 minutes. And then when I joined you, I went now to TikTok and I found you on TikTok. I watched the younger guy. He's very young.
Yeah. So it was AJ.
Yeah, AJ. Yeah.
And so every one of my coaching students, every single one, I asked them to do that. And the reason being is for the exact reason how you found me. Why? It's because you benefited from that, which is why I ask all coaching students to do that, because it allows for you to tell your story that is so relatable to other people who are afraid and scared and nervous about taking this exam again. That's a very real thing. Or people that want to quit. You have a story to tell.
I do.
Everybody has a story to tell. And you want to know something? The more people that are open and transparent about their journey, not Kevin's journey, Rose's journey, everybody that is more transparent about their journey to accomplishing the goal of becoming a nurse, the more people are going to come out and be like, listen, I was unsuccessful, but I want other people to be successful. I want other people to learn from my mistakes. I want this, I want that. I want this, I want that. And so I tell people, you can benefit from that by listening to somebody else's story. Why do people buy books? Or buy non-fiction books is because they want to listen to other people's stories. Because at some point it's relatable to you. So are you failing 4 times? Is not out of the ordinary. 99 plus messages of people telling me that they failed 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. I had somebody tell me they failed 20 times, Rose. 20. I'm like, 20? What? That would be incredible, right? And so it does something. And that's another thing. It shows the transparency and it shows the authenticity that social media hides, because so many people are just like, they talk about the great thing, but they don't talk about the journey and the struggle that it took for you to accomplish that great goal, which is why I always task my coaching students to do that. And they're not even doing it for me, but doing it for others. But in the end, hey, you can do what you want. I'm just saying that as your coach and as your mentor and as somebody who just got their license, I would love to have a video testimony from you.
So can I do a video without my face? What kind of a culture thing? I don't know.
I have done. So remember that one young lady I told you that I had difficulty with a long time ago? He did a video like that for me. It wasn't really do anything. It wasn't impactful. A lot of people were just like, where's her face at? Like there's something about a video that allows people to see you and your expression and how it truly just worked. Like when Crystal, like the one young lady that had the very long one, when she started crying, I was just like, I know you're not crying. right now while I'm watching this and editing it. I'm just like, oh no, right? And so I didn't know she was crying. I was watching it and going through the whole thing, and I was just like, oh my God, why are you crying? Like, I'm trying to edit this video, right? But that's authentically her. And by her expressing herself and getting to the point where she felt so lost, and then somebody that she found, she had nothing else to lose, and then she expressed herself to the point to where, hey, this man said, if I'm with you until you pass as a person, I'm with you until you pass as a person. She's talking about me. And I was just like, wow, you don't get that kind of impact by just sitting there and just recording and then looking up at the sky. You don't get that. You don't get the authenticity. They don't get you. They don't get the expression. They don't get the, wow, like he must be, like this Kevin guy must really care about the people that he's coaching. You don't get that from an audio. Even from the written testimony that you did for the inside of the community is fantastic, because people that are in there are already in there, but the video goes out to people that are not even NCLEX community that I have. And it creates impact because it allows for you to tell people your journey up to that point, meeting me, our journey together. Hell, you can even tell them, I wanted to quit, and the man told me no.
Yes.
The man told me no. Do you know that's Rose, that has never happened to me as a coach before. No one has ever told me, Kevin, I don't want to do this, I quit. And I've never replied to that. And then when my reply, I was just like, oh no, like you're not quitting. So stuff like that is impactful and it's meaningful and it's encouraging. Essentially another thing that it does is it allows for you to continue to tell your story. When you work as a nurse, when you start working as a registered nurse instead of an LPN, you're gonna find those students that are in nursing, and you're gonna say, oh, you're in nursing school? Come here, let me show you something. Watch. And you'll be like, hey, are you studying for NCLEX? These are the things that you need to watch. Mark my words. And that is impact. It's to turn around to give it back to somebody else. That's exactly why I became a preceptor. You should see me when I was at work. Nursing student, come with me. I would literally have 4 to 5. I would have 2 surge tech students with me, and I would have 3 nursing students with me all the time. And they used to give me the students all the time because I love teaching them, because I never got that. Now, I heard you say, okay, I won't beat that horse.
What I wanted to say is, how if I go out there, because I started talking to some of my, I talked to one of my friends already. Is that going to help? Because I'm still trying to help someone. When I'm thinking about a video, I'm not sure about the video.
What is it that scares you about the video? Truly, what is it that scares you?
Never ever done anything like that. That's gonna go like in the public, like way out there.
It will.
That's what I'm saying.
I do TikTok every day, every other day. My face is blasted across the world. I get people from Nepal, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, South Africa, Gambia, Guyana, Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon.
I'm from Cameroon.
You're from Cameroon? I didn't know that. I got somebody from Chad, Uganda, like over India, all over the place. Such a positive light, because universally, everybody that wants to be a nurse wants to know, how do I become a nurse? The video doesn't have to be long. Like really all you have to do, and I even have a go by, it's inside of your folder. Every coaching student has it. All you have to do is say, hi, my name is Rose and I passed my NCLEX on my 5th attempt coaching and mentoring, or from coaching from my mentor, Kevin Gibson, AKA the Boot Nurse. How you found me. Your story is wonderful.
I'm going to sell the product.
Of course.
I'm going to bring you.
Of course I mean, regardless if you were going to do a video for me, you were going to do that anyway. And if I do that anyway, you were going to do that on your own accord. It's not something, it's more of a word of mouth thing. Video is of utmost importance. And I would, like I said, I would love that. That would actually make me extremely happy as a coach, because like I said, you have a story to tell, and I don't think that you should hide it. Think about it. You were scared for me. You were scared to even do this. And I was like, do you trust me? You're like, yeah, this is no different. You were scared, you did it.
I'm some kind of a private, nobody even knows where I work that I've passed my NCLEX. Nobody even knew I was in school. I'm writing my NCLEX. That's just how consecutive I am.
No, and I understand.
I've not told anybody at work,
it's nobody's business
that I passed.
The reason why I believe, like when you're in school and when you're taking your NCLEX and all that other stuff, I believe in not telling anybody that, because there comes the negativity. There are negative people that are out there, and that right there will stifle it. But now you have exactly what you want. You have exactly what you wanted. You got through school, you got through everything, and now you have your license. Not be more proud of you. I'm a man of service because of my service. By me saying my service is, being a military guy and being in the service as long as I was, I realized that it's not about me as an individual. It's about others and how much I impact them and how many people I can impact. And one video, like the one with that young man, AJ, see, like that video has garnered so many people say, "Hey, I love your lives. Hey, I love your product. Hey, I love this. Hey, thank you for coaching me." Just because of him. I gave him a to go by. But all like just so he could stay on script. It took him 4 minutes to do it. I think I edited down like maybe 30 seconds of it, and that was it. Like, you can say it as fast as you want or as slow as you want. As I said, your story is a great one to tell. I'm telling you, that one where you wanted to quit is telling you, like, so many people are going to be like, oh my God, that was me. Like, I quit. Listen, I had somebody come up to me who took their NCLEX in 2004, and they were just like, can you coach me? I was like, I sure can. All because they saw that one lady who took her NCLEX and passed on her 12th attempt. Strongly consider you just really, really, really think about that, about doing that video for me. And not even for me, but it's for other people. I do appreciate, like I said, inside of the community, you can go in there and you can edit it and put everything that you wanted to put in there. Really, that's really it at this point. You're welcome. Is there anything else?
No, just a thank you. I thank you to your family. Thank you for your wife, your kids. Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
all.
you're absolutely no. I hear somebody in there screaming right now. I don't know what his deal is. You know, we do this as a unit. I mean, it's mostly me, but you know, if it wasn't for her holding it, wifey holding it down, then it'd be very difficult for me to do this. Which is, like I said, which is why I do it full time. Keep spreading the word, keep doing the thing for me. Said I really, really hope would love to have a video. But if you don't have any other questions for me, if you have any questions later on about anything, you have my phone number. Just send me a text message. Till then, once again, congratulations to you. Welcome to the registered nursing realm, and you worked very hard for it, and you should be very, very proud of yourself. See you, nursing realm.
Thank you, Kevin. I told you that I want to quit. You said no,
Right.
I can't quit. I said no, I don't care about the money, I want to quit. You said no. So you pushed me. This is a good part. And then nobody has ever been there for me, even to care to talk to me the day before I write the exams, or even to know how I pass, if I pass or not. But you were there with us. Nobody has ever done that to me.